Hello everyone, welcome back to me playing Oxygen Not Included. So this episode, I'm going to start off by finding a place to store my food in a naturally cold area. So I've got this area over here. It's not going to freeze the food, but it will at least cool it down, and I'm definitely not going to have oxygen in that area. The other thing is, and again, this is a food goal, but more on the long-term perspective, I want to have some of these arbor trees planted. That's going to be a bunch of stables that pips are going to be in. So we'll start that process, speed things up a little bit. The other thing is I'm worried about the number of outhouses I have, because they become clogged. I'd like to upgrade them to a washroom, though probably not going to happen in this episode. Just going to design this in such a way that I keep the actual lavatory room status. I'm going to have to create some tiles here to do that. But I only have 3 dupes at any given time on break. But I want to have more outhouses just in case they're out of order. So we'll create 5. Actually, let's just overdo it and we'll do 6. Just to be safe. So now I've cleared out this area. I've got a latrine with more outhouses, so they're not going to run out. Let's assign someone here since we have it. Let's give that... oops. Let's try miner for that one. Make sure that I'm present when they get it so they don't suffocate in this chlorine area. So now I have a place I can put ration boxes. We'll put 2 of those in. We can start to store food. There's miner. Going through the process here. Complete the process. And they regenerate health. Alright, I guess if they're out digging some of the areas, they take some damage. Not an entirely bad thing for them to have. So let's create some rooms here. This is where the pips are going to be in the future. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's even put a 5th one in. We'll get some arbor tree acorns over here. Trap some pips in and we'll get those planted, because these things take, I think it's like 16 or 18 cycles to grow from the time you plant it, so you got to think ahead. I want to have them planted by the time I want to create these rooms, so I've got to do that in whoa. Want some natural tiles to make that happen. So I want to put some storage bins to allow me to put some seeds in here. So carving out these areas, I've got a place to store food now, so let's tell the dupes to store stuff in there. Nutrient bars are not going to be needed, since they're not going to go bad. Oops. And let's see if I happen to like this dupe. Are we ready to accept the 5th dupe now? Don't like these particular matches, so maybe I will do a save first, kind of important, and then reload. So I was presented the option with pip eggs, and I'm deciding I'm going to take that, because that is going to be a long, medium-term food goal. So it's going to give more pips. And I haven't played this in a while, so I'm a little bit nervous about things, so I'm going to play a little bit safer on the next time I can get a dupe, though I'm pretty sure I can get one, because I'd feel confident with having 5. In the meantime, let's make sure a cot is available for the new dupe that's going to be joining soon, and a mess table. So we're digging up. We're digging way up. The idea here is we want to deal with this hydrogen that's building up. We want to make sure that that doesn't sort of overfill everything and then choke off the base. So I'm digging up and giving a place for that to go. Eventually I'm going to be putting a pump up there so that I can get it removed and sent down here instead. But that's a very difficult area to work in because hydrogen is not breathable. So let's give my dupes some gas mask stations so that they don't have to dig and build up here without the use of masks. So research is now complete on the gas mask station. So we need a pump available so that we can actually get in the oxygen. I want to ensure that is filtered because I don't want to pick up the hydrogen or possibly carbon dioxide. So let's research filtration. And then at some point, somewhere up here, I'm going to have the gas mask station because this is the problem. The dupes are essentially up here having to hold their breath and come back down. So let's cancel this project up here until we have these gas mask stations available. Let's just decide now where that's going to be. 2, 3, let's do that right a bit. Well, we'll take advantage of this little ledge that's already created. And we'll put the gas mask stations on right here. Now we'll also need a place to build the gas masks themselves. This is going to be a little bit of a setup here. So this is going to be one room or one floor. Let's open up this. Put a gas mask creation area. What's it called? I think it's just basic workbench. Crafting station. That's what I'm looking for. It's going to need some power. So that's our filtration system. Gas filter. Put that right here for now. So the idea is we're going to pump in air that's located at this pump. We're going to push it into the filter. We'll get oxygen. It's going to make its way up and into the gas mask stations, which I'll put up here. Anything else other than oxygen will go out here and be vented. Just make sure that we've got power for the filter system. There we go. So we've got a pump. I can now specify that I want this to filter for oxygen. Let's see what's wrong here. Oh, I don't think this is... What did I do here? I've got excess number of vents. Whatever. Let's just leave that. Let's see. And make this out of aluminum since there's lots of aluminum in the world. We will create... Let's create 5 of them. And worn, let's make those forever. Specify the actual location of the gas masks themselves. Let's put them in right here. Put in 5. Have a ladder going up here. And the idea is I'm going to block off this area in the future, preventing the dupes from going up here. In this way, I'm going to get them to go around here, making sure they put on their gas masks before working this area. So this is dealing with the hydrogen. The other thing is, while this is going on, I want to improve the power production. Now I want a power room for that. So that's going to be around here. Actually, maybe before we even get to the power room, we'll put in some jumbo batteries to improve things on the power front. One thing I want with power is reduce number of amount of time the dupes are on this machine here. So this is going to be the entrance here. I'll have to move this power or manual generator over. Going to save spot here for a transformer. Let's see, how am I going to plan this out? So the transformer is going to be there. I'll have a manual generator right here. I'll have my power control station here. I'm going to have a hydrogen generator right there, which I may need to research. Let's see. Coming up here. Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't even have jumbo batteries researched, but I want to have a hydrogen generator. I also want this one here, a power control station. For now, we'll just use regular wire. So I know hydrogen generator is going to be 4. Put a smart battery next to that. Scientist is just completed some research, so that's going to give me some jumbo batteries. So it's, see, I said hydrogen generator here, or no, control station, then hydrogen generator, smart battery, and then we can start to put our jumbo battery. So just having jumbo batteries themselves will be a little bit nice, since the dupes won't have to go back and forth from the manual generator. Oh, pump doesn't have power. That's going to need some power. Let's get rid of this small battery. Just rely on these 3 batteries for power going forward, or at least for the time being. I can see some oxygen making its way up here, charging up these guys here. I'm going to deliver that so we get an actual gas mask there. Let's make sure that this is airflow tiles, not regular tiles. I want that hydrogen to be able to pass up and make its way up through here. Let the dupes. Oh, it is time to potentially select a new dupe. I already have someone with ranching. Decorating's too advanced of a thing for this point in the game, so let me save here. And I'll see if I can find a new dupe I like. So decided I'm going to take this dupe here, because I want someone that can cook, or is interested in that. They also have supplying skills. They're electrical engineer, which is actually pretty nice, because I realized I made a mistake. This is a minor issue, but I'm upgrading this power room, and I would like to have that usable, so I can increase the amount of power I'm getting from the manual generator and the hydrogen generator in time. But I called them Jack instead of a chef. Change that later. Anyway, that's engineer. I gave them carrying skills. I should have really given them improved tinkering so that I can get them towards the electrical engineer skill earlier. But I was lucky enough to get a dupe that has that. Now, not the biggest deal. I could have just had them get tinkering and electrical engineering next. But if I had have gone back and didn't know that I was going to dupe with that skill, I would have done that. So that's the kind of mistakes I envision would start happening, since I haven't played this game in a while. But there it is. Also realizing that I'm going to put a fire pole and the gas pump's going to be in the way. But that's something I can fix another time. I remember these gas mask stations, it's usually better to increase the priority, otherwise they tend not to be filled. Okay, I want to get water to be a little bit closer to this supercomputer, but that's something I can do in time. We've got, I think it's more important we concentrate on the hydrogen, both in terms of getting power production so dupes don't waste their time on this, but also making sure that hydrogen doesn't come down and choke my dupes off from being able to breathe. Not a good thing. Let's see, skill point. Give check there, which is Chef will give them the ability to cook. Rancher, ranching skills. Okay, so we have someone with ranching skills. Let's do the research for that, because I'd like to get those trees planted. So now the dupes are forced to go through this area. Any of the dupes that are either getting water, or I can actually assign some tasks up here, which is really nice. Oh, and I don't have miner. Oh, that I need to get super hard dig. They'll get that skill soon enough. So everything is going decent for starting off. Worried about the hydrogen that's built up in here, so let's just add a layer or a line available with the airflow tile right down here. Okay, time to put in the hydrogen generator. Don't have a pump for hydrogen yet, but I will in time. So carving out an area down here to grow more food. Got new dupe, have to think about food. Growing mealwood for the time being. There's more planter boxes right there. Now I've got to research complete to allow me to create some of these stables. So I'll start that process. And it's mostly these drop-off stations I'm interested in for the time being. What that's going to allow me to do is drop these pips in these rooms, and I can put arbitrary acorns in this so I can get the pips to plant them. So once I get to that point, actually maybe I'll start that now. Let's put that as a higher priority. Let's dig out some arbitrary acorns. Stoop is going down here, digging those out. There's a chance this pip could pick up that seed. But let's put them in this one here. Seed. Higher priority. Let's put in, I think there's just going to be 2 of them, the time being. And I'll need a dupe that has the wrangling skills. I think I already have that, actually. So I can specify that this is where we're going to drop off pips and pipsqueaks. Do that at priority 6. Wrangle them. We just need 1 pip in there to do this. So we've got 2 acorns here. So if I click on that, it's going to drop them so that they're accessible by the pips. And I want to have them planted that specifically that spot right there. So if I build a ladder, for instance, make that low priority, the pip won't plant it here, only allowing the pip access to plant it right there. To be concerned about the number of wild plants that are in the area. So we'll dig that out, and in time I should see a new tree being planted right at that location. So that is my long-term food storage being worked on. Oh, I don't have oxygen. Going to this last. Why don't I? No. Oh, because the middle ones aren't created. It doesn't have a checkpoint. That's what's going on there. We still don't have a skill for. Oh, okay. There it is, miner. You now have the ability to do super hard digging. You can dig through this bisylite stuff. That's no longer going to stop us. Let's do that as a high priority, though. I think miner, I'll double check this, but I think they dig, yeah, they dig at a high priority anyway. Do we have the ability to make a power control station? I don't think so. Oh, we almost do. Scientist just has to finish the last little bit of research here, and we'll be able to take advantage of that. Oh, that's going to require metal. Whoops. Okay, we're doing this out of order. I should have done this rock crusher first. Let's actually do the research for the fire pole in the process. And I'll move this pump over to where I should have done it the first time. Right there. Make sure this has some power. That's just going to make way for fire pole when I finally get to create that. Oh yeah, let's put some mealwood in here. That's not doing any good unless I put something in to actually grow. And the food that's being produced from that is going to be stored in here, so won't go bad as quickly. Okay, did this ever get planted yet? It has. Awesome. So what I'll do, I'll dig out this area. That's going to, what I essentially want to do is have this planted right at that location. I'd like to have one planted here, but we'll have to think about that polluted water. I'll work around that for the time being. Let's put the rock crusher right here. And put the lights in the middle there. With a switch, or what am I thinking? A dupe sensor. So it's not going to be on all the time. There's my rock crusher. Oh, I've got something. Oh no. Thought the rock crusher was taking up space up there. That's not the case. Okay, so if I want a dupe sensor, that's also something I'll have to research. Though I'm going to wait for the fire pole to be created first, since that's going to be an easy upgrade to be able to do. Are we ready for the 6th dupe? Oops. If it's a really good dupe, I might take them. Otherwise, I may not bother just yet. Tidying, building, suit wearing, research, and digging. Let's just... Are we ready? I should risk it. I haven't played this game in a while, but I think I'm doing well. You know what? Let's take on a dupe. And I'll probably stop at 16 for now. Or not 16 dupes, 6 dupes for now. Until I can confirm I'm producing the right amount of food and all that type of thing. But I'll be back when I get a selection for my new dupe. So I think I'm going to take this dupe here. I already have a dupe called Miner who concentrates on digging. I'll call this one Builder. They're going to join the team. Let's make sure they have a place to sleep. Work out schedules as well. Builder, let me move you down here. Now this is going to ruin the barracks status. It's also going to allow these shine bugs to enter. Don't want to have that happen. See if I'm lucky and we can create a ceiling right there. Also need a place for that new dupe to be able to eat at. Alright, looks like we were able to create that. Now let's just put a cot in here. Just need that plant to be dug out, or I can just build right there, either way. So that's going to be what I need for that. Okay, so now I just need to wait for my dupes to create a rock crusher, and I'll be able to get some metal. So I want to make a power control station. Put that right here. I've got a rock crusher. So let's create some metal there. Let's go to research. I guess we're just waiting for a fire pole to be created. Might as well finish that research. Scientist just has to do the last little piece. There it is. Fire pole. We'll put a fire pole starting from here, going down to this room. That's just going to allow the dupes to drop a little bit quicker. But I also want to have automated lights to turn this off. So I'll get scientists to research that. That's this here that I want. Dupe sensor. And when scientist does that research and we have this fire pole together, we'll put in the automation to turn these lights off when a dupe's not available. Of course, maybe I'll just turn that off for the time being because I can see that there's some shine bugs in the area anyways. So that's actually not doing anything other than just draining power from our batteries by a small amount. So we've got a fire pole together. Scientists currently working this machine. Let's turn that off when there's no dupe in the area. But if a dupe is in the area, I'll have that light on. It's going to allow me to create some metal. Let's see if I can create a power control station. I can. Let's put that right there. That is going to allow me to do a tune-up to this machine. Let's check. I meant to call them Chef. I believe it's Chef that has the skill to be a... Well, that's the case. I'm going to have to get them to get off that. But let's specify aluminum to be there. Let's tell Chef to go here. Chef. Hopefully. Nope. Apparently not. Let's up the priority of this to 6 then. Tell Chef we really would rather see... Oh, someone needs to supply some material. Okay, there is Builder. Now let's click on Chef. Try this again. Hopefully they'll create a microchip. There we are. So Chef has the skill to create a microchip. They're going to take that and apply a tune-up. Let's disable this building here. Since I don't want this hydrogen generator tuned up because we don't have hydrogen for it. We just want to have the manual generator upgraded. So instead of producing 400 watts, when this is complete, it's going to take a little bit of time, I'll be able to get 600. Oh, dupes are idle. Let's give them something to do. Create some ladders. Because I want all this hydrogen to go up and out of the way of the base. And eventually pump the hydrogen into this. We can fill in more gas masks here so that I can get more than one dupe doing things at the same time up in this area. Hopefully in the next cycle I'll be able to get this upgraded so whoever is using the manual generator can produce 50% more power than they were before. Chef and Engineer are working on the power generation. Ironically, it's Chef that's actually doing the tune-up. Normally I would expect that to be Engineer. Let's give my dupes something to do. Let's see, we could have them... We need to get more acorns in here. Let's do that. Seeds. Higher priority. Well, may have to dig out some more of those trees. One there, one there. Need to get a pip in here. Copy this setting. Downgrade this to a 5. Wrangle that pip. Dupes don't have a lot to do. Might as well put in a fire pole, I guess. The other thing that I need eventually, or soon actually, is hydrogen going into this thing, because as much as it's nice to have this tuned up, so now this is producing 600 watts, it would be better if I would get power from the hydrogen generator. And not only that, a hydrogen generator that's tuned up, but I need to get hydrogen in there. Hydrogen is going to come from the top since it floats up. So now I've got a lot of tasks for my dupes to be able to do. They're not going to be idle over the next little bit. So engineers currently running. They are producing 600 watts. It's better than we've had it before. The rest of the dupes will concentrate on just making sure we can get hydrogen into this thing. And I think that's where I'm going to end on this episode. Continue the process here. I've got a pip in here. I've got my 2 acorns I could do. Okay, well, we can continue this then. Just make sure that I put ladder here. Whoops. So we want a tree here and a tree here. Dig out some wild plants in the area. Make that low priority. We should get 2 trees. Also want another tree right here. A little bit nervous about polluted water dropping down, so particularly from the dirt. I think liquids does go through dirt, so I'm actually going to generate a tile there before I go in. And I'll just watch to make sure the dupes continue to build on this. Oh yeah, the other thing, when I finally get up here, I want to make sure that this oxygen falls down, so make sure that gets dug out. But I want to have automation set up so that I can ensure that I'm only pumping hydrogen and not oxygen or anything else. So I don't want something other than hydrogen going in that and breaking. I am not ready to take on any more dupes. So a little bit of oxalite or a tiny bit of oxygen. I'll just make sure that I have enough food, enough oxygen generation and all that before I add any other dupes. I'll be back when we made a little bit more progress in this construction over here. Still lots of construction to be done here, but I want to multitask. So I want to make sure I have this here, a gas element sensor, along with a filter gate. So scientists can work on that while the rest of the dupes are up here building this. So when I finally get up here, I'll be able to build some automation to pump out the hydrogen when there's some available, but to stop that pump when there isn't, such that I get non-hydrogen going into this guy. Also, we might as well start the process of bringing power up here if we're going to want a pump. That pump is going to need power, and I've just realized that you are almost out of water. So let's move you down. Just going to drop that down. That's very important I watch that, because this water line represents our oxygen. Make sure this gets plugged back in. Create a pitcher, or keep the pitcher pump available right there. That is essential for feeding this, the supercomputer. I believe one of the other rooms that is new in this game is the science laboratory. Though I think I've got, I'd rather have hydrogen pump with automation put in first. I think that'll be something I do in the next episodes. Maybe relocate these into its own laboratory somewhere, perhaps over here. And I'm going to have some place to get water that's close by. But anyway, that is future. Right now, I just want to have hydrogen in here so that nobody has to use the manual generator, at least when there's hydrogen in the area. Nearly at the top here, so let's put in a pump. Gas pump is going to be right there. We want to have a sensor for that. Let's see if I can remember where that is. I think that's just an automation, not in the gas layer. Liquid, there it is, gas element sensor. We want to put it a little bit further below. For now, we're just going to put it right there. We're going to have the filter gate. And connect this. So this is going to look for hydrogen. If it's the case, it's going to put it in this, which is going to put it through a filter. So basically, I'll put it as 10 or 20 seconds. Only if hydrogen is detected continually for about 10 or 20 seconds will that pump. And that setup is good. I won't connect this until actual automation is in place. That pump is going to need power. And that's going to send hydrogen down here into the generator. And that'll produce power when I enable that. So very close. So in this episode, I started off to improve a place to store food that's now in carbon dioxide in a cool area. Eventually I'll make it even colder and frozen, but that's going to do. I've expanded the number of outhouses, which is important. Want to definitely upgrade these to washrooms so that dupes don't have to spend time emptying them. Been planting some arbor trees and locations that I want them to grow. Speaking of which, let's click here. Put a pip over here, so that's priority 6. Change the other ones back to default ones, 5. We'll wrangle pip, and hopefully pip will take this and plant it right there. How about we wrangle you? Okay, so one of the dupes can work on that. Last touches are being put in this system. I think we can now safely put in this. That's sending hydrogen. Idle dupe. Let's just do some digging. And dig out this area as well, because I think that's where I'm going to put a laboratory. So that's going to detect unbreathable hydrogen. How long? Let's make that go for 20 seconds. It'll be safe with that. So there it is. Hydrogen is making its way down. If I enable this building, I can actually convert that hydrogen to power, removing the need for anyone to be on this. Now, right now, that's actually producing more than 1,000, which is the maximum there. So let's disable that, not have the two of them run at the same time. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We want a smart battery to tell that. I don't think this whole setup's really considered done until a smart battery is in play. Oops. Okay, and that's essentially going to tell the hydrogen generator only burn that hydrogen when you actually need power. Tubes are looking bored, so I will continue just giving them some tasks. Why not expand the fire pole? Let's build it to copper over here since there's more copper in the area. We could use this as a food source. So we want to get Pip. You want to put that there. Oh, these guys here we want to take out of the room. Put them somewhere else. We'll put them inside here. It's basically anything except for the arbor tree that is swept. High priority. But I think that is it for now. There is the smart battery. Let's put that on at 99. So once the power drops down a little bit, this will turn on. Got a huge bank of hydrogen making its way down. This is disabled. It must have hit a little bit of oxygen, which is exactly how that's supposed to function. So that's good. Let's make this whole channel a little bit wider to allow oxygen to flow down, hydrogen to flow up. And I'm happy with that. So things are looking pretty good. Haven't played this game for a while, as I mentioned, but I've got food, I've got oxygen. I'm even optimizing the power situation. Thinking about future optimizations, such as building a laboratory, a washroom. So probably do that in the next episode. And I'm going to explore a little bit more to see what is around. I also want to get to the top here and find out whether there's any asteroids flying down. This update is called What a Blast. And I don't know whether that affects asteroids on your home world or not. But I guess I will find out soon. Oh, teleportation system. That's another thing that we've got to do. But until then, thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you in a future episode. Till then.